Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Pino. Welcome back. Off-season round. I think we're facing Sweeta's too. I didn't even know he had a mini alliance for Sweeta's alliance. But hey, new alliance, new beginning, new start. Wanted to have an opportunity to test as many debuff, detox champs that I could. And I was really excited about Overseer. I've used Overseer in the past when MD Tactic was out, and I was really a big fan of him. It's one of the reasons why I ranked 3 and then made him one of my earlier ranked 4s when he was still kind of like hated on. But anyways, we're going to bring NimGOD. Havok is also benefiting from this tactic, and he does a lot of work. And then, of course, Overseer. So selecting this and testing it in off season, just kind of wanted to see, hey, how does the interaction happen, and just kind of getting an idea of just some things in the kit bag. So like next round, I don't know, I'm probably gonna be trying something totally different if I can, and then get started. But this round here was about trying to, like I said, just test, have some fun. And I actually have some really, really good fights that I have to take. And I am going to go down path 6, but I'm going to take most of the shared path fights along the way. So my boy MJ, he went on ahead and took that Chavez, and then I was like, yep, it's my time to really just like go through a nuke clear phase. So I think he brought Overseer as well. So he ranked 4 his recently. So he took Chavez and he, pretty much smashed her. So I brought mine, and there was several Mystic champs that I was like, well, we're gonna get to test them. So in this Havok fight versus Nick Fury, first of all, he's on hazard shift, shock, incinerate, or incinerate shock. I don't have to really worry about Odin pre-fight here. And Havok is going to, in a sense, benefit from this. He's going to be slapping on debuffs, or he should be, because of, like right there when I'm hitting him. But you see it's glancing. And that's kind of what I wanted to see. I wanted to see, how and what's sticking. Make a video, turn around, go back, watch the fight, and then watch it throughout the fight to kind of see where things are going and happening. This is a rank 4. And then watch this. So he was glancing when I was hitting him with that combo. Watch this SP3. He glanced the whole thing. I was like, wow, okay, that could be problematic down the road. Really wasn't expecting that interaction with the defense tactic, but nonetheless, it was good to see it. And it's off season. So I'm like, okay, let's go back into, kind of basic attacks, and then just kind of see what happens. And obviously I'm trying to build to the SP3. I wasn't sticking with SP1s or even the SP2s. I said, well, I want to just kind of play it like I would normally do it, and then let's just kind of see what happens. So I'm going to get to this SP3 here. And, this is, when you go to look at this, I think I was forgetting about, how the detox debuff needed to really work for me and my benefits. And I just kind of basic played this. So if you kind of think about what I'm doing at this point, it's really kind of like, hey man, just get him down to the second life bar, save the SP3, and let's see if we fire it off. Will he glance it? Will I be able to basically cancel out the unsteady benefit that he has, and then fire off that SP3 and do some big damage? And you're going to see here in a second, some of these benefits. Now, when you go to look at that, you saw how some of those debuffs started sticking when I was between hitting and incinerate and shock. My debuff started doing some really good damage on him, the plasma. And then you saw that SP3 worked well, no major issue. Again, if I would have had power back, I'd have been already at another SP2 and been able to finish this fight. So as we get into this thing, we're going to get him down, man. We're going to get him down. Like I said, it was kind of interesting to see, how tanky this dude was, surprisingly. Or it just seemed like he was tanky. I don't know. All right, so we got this long shot next on this rooted node. And, not a lot of guys like to fight this guy because of the root mechanism that happens in this fight. But that's not the only thing you got to worry about. You also have that bubble shield. If you take too many hits on the block, the next hit's unblockable. But with long shots kit, you really want to worry about that SP2. Now, Overseer's base kit with the immunities to Fate Seal, Stagger, Nullify, it's almost too good to be true to have him. Now, in this fight, I know I was going to probably bust the bubble shield limit and get punched in the face once or twice, but I didn't care because this is a rank 4. He's pretty tanky, and basic attacks from long shot were not going to be that severe. And what you're going to, and I said I knew, make sure he doesn't have an SP2, and the bubble shield isn't, the next hit's going to be unblockable, and then I have to take an SP2. You're going to see me do a lot of blocks, so of course the bubble charges are going to stack pretty fast. But I knew I could dex, no issue, and that I would build the gamma charges pretty fast. Now there I only had 5, but it didn't matter. I knew that I didn't want to be in here fighting this dude longer than I had to. It's like get to 5 or get to 6, fire off an SP, and then just start light smashing. And look at those numbers. Get to the SP1, smash, and then recycle. And you're going to see it right there. That's kind of one of my rotations I like to do on certain Mystic champs if it's very favorable for me to do and I have enough power to where I can fire, come out, get a simple combo, light, fire off the SP1, stun them, go right back in and go right back in again, and just kind of chain it. And you saw it, he nuked them. And next up, we had this Maw. I have fought Maw many times. This node was pretty interesting. But again, with with Overseer, this guy was running suicide, so he gave me some free chicken too. My thing was, it's just kind of make sure you heavy knock him down. Now, I was actually kind of surprised at the damage that I was doing with just heavies alone. But the same situation here was, I also didn't want him to get too much power. So the heavy, puts the taunt on him, and that just kind of forces him to play where I want him to. He kind of stayed in that SP1 area. I think I pushed him to 1 SP2, but it was a simple fight. Suicides made it faster. Without it, wouldn't have been that big of a deal. Next up was this APOC. And, this is a rank 4 Sig 200 freaking NimGOD. Nothing really special here. I'm just going to parry, build the armors, couple 3-4 hit combos to get some power going. Because what I'm waiting to do is for me to switch protocols. And then this is pretty textbook. I'll remove the prowess, and then 2 bars, fire away, and pretty much your fight is in the bag. This was a rank 4, so he was a little stouty. I'm just going to add a couple more hits here and knock him down, and we'll go on to the next fight. Pretty simple, pretty textbook. Not a whole lot to say what to do there. especially when it's a mutant other than Bishop. So I haven't healed up this Overseer, and we're going right into taking this NimGOD. Interesting placement. He is not awakened. And what I wanted to do was kind of what you would normally do if you're playing against NimGOD, and then if you're using Overseer is, kind of keep the combos minimum. When he throws the SPs, he's gonna, if you block any of those SP hits, he's gonna get those paralysis. So NimGOD was pretty easy to get away. Again, the heavy keeps him in check. The heavy makes him throw that SP1. I did not want to be taking an SP2 on block hit, and then he has those. Then he has those paralysis, and then take another SP2 with the paralysis. You see me there. I think I only had 5 went in, and then this is going to be the rotation I was talking about earlier. Build enough power to be able to go into combo with the lights, SP1, stun, and then I would have been close to another one or had it, but didn't need it because he's just putting out that much damage. Last fight of this off-season round, I didn't have any fights on Boss Island, unfortunately. We had a bunch of other guys that wanted to test some other things, so, not a big deal. This is not going to be a special fight. Pretty basic fundamentals, kind of like the APOC. The only thing is it's, make sure you remove those prowess. What else? If for some reason she's got the, number of prowesses to make her special 2 unblockable, you really don't want to get hit by that thing, because it can be a really bad day facing Kitty. So you see, I already have it. It took me a little longer to get to this SP2, and I really was just kind of playing it safe, and protection's up. And damage was okay. I did not do the intercept to knock it down. And I'm not gonna lie, because I was using NimGOD, I was like, let me just see what kind of damage is done with that protection up. You see the percentages, but what does it really do if it was up and you fired that big SP2 off that we all know about? And yeah, this fight is in control, and you're gonna see it again. The protection is up pretty much through that whole fight, and it didn't really matter with NimGOD. He's just gonna nuke it down, and relatively easy. But look, that's it. If you like, hit the subscribe. Deuces.